choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. I'm in Glasgow, and I'm tell you what, Ricky Burns, what a fight that was, man. It took two Scottish legends to put on an absolute fantastic show tonight, man. You got the win over Willie Limond, but just before we talk about the win itself, how tough is that, man?
I enjoyed it. Was the first couple of rounds I felt as if I was just trying to find my range in that, and I felt as if a bit rusty, but we were talking when we done the check with the doctor when I first got here, and we're asking that when was your last fight, and I'm like, December 2021. I'm like, fucking for ages ago. I think that's the first one fight in like 4 years or something. Obviously a wee bit rusty in that, but no, I was happy with it. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we all enjoyed it, man. It was a fun fight to watch ringside, but obviously, like I said to you, you got the stoppage there, but you're in there with Willie. You seen how bad that the nose was bleeding and all that. Did you think maybe a couple of rounds beforehand it should have been stopped?
I could hear him. I think it was around 5 and 6. It was like you could hear he was struggling to breathe. And when I was hitting him, you could hear it. And there was a couple of times I caught him with your right hands and that. Fair play to him, but he surprised me the night. Obviously, you can see like he'd obviously trained hard for that. There was wee glimpses of like his sharpness in that when it was coming, because when I was thinking I was out of distance, he was catching me with jabs, he was trying to catch me coming in and stuff like that. So no, it took me by surprise, but no, I'm happy with it. Like I said, I've always wanted to finish my career in Glasgow, but if that is to be the last one, then I'm happy.
Dare I say it? With your missus there? I'm not looking at her. I'm not going to look at her, Ricky. So you tell me is she looking at me? No. Okay, well I'm not going to ask the question. Definitely your last one. That's it done.
Well, like I said, if that is to be the last one, then I can walk away happy, right? But you know, I've always even when I first started boxing, I always said I wouldn't do it if I was taking too many shots, right? And I didn't take too many shots, and I felt alright. My fitness was good, training went well. So I'm not going to go looking for any fights, but you never know if that phone could go. If it was the right fight for me at the right weight, you know, see that was our thing. See when I walked into that ring, he took his top off. I'm like, look at the size of his back, man. He was fucking huge, man. He was huge, and you can see he was looking for that big hook over the top. And he caught me with a couple of times, but you know, I could hear his corner shouting to look for that, right? But I'd say the best shot he hit me with, a left to the body. It was, don't get me wrong, I felt it, right, but it wasn't a bad shot. But I was like, oh, you don't want to be taking too many of them. Just because he was that big, you could feel the thud.
Yeah. But, well, you mentioned you don't take too many shots, but you said before I pushed recorder that somebody did hit you with a cracking shot and made that little bump on your nose, and he's here right now. He's John Ryder. He's made the trip all the way up from England, Essex, man. What does that mean to you have John and Scott here travelling all the way up to support you tonight?
Class, man. Obviously, when I was down south, got on really well with John right for the start. Whenever I used to stay down there at the weekend, go in and meet John now and again. John stays right in the centre of London, go out shopping, going for Nando's, eating chips when we shouldn't have been, stuff like that.
He's still with Tony, you better have said that, he's
John knows, man. But we boxed out in Texas, John came with us. We went to Tenerife, John came and all. John and his family came. I got on real well with him. So it's the support everybody in here tonight has been unbelievable. Like all my social medias and stuff like that, and like obviously I'm just nearly getting my own gym and that set up now. The lease is signed, and hopefully 3-4 weeks the gym will be opening up. But it's like when I'm standing in that ring and you're looking at ringside, and like I've said, one of the whole blocks was just everybody that I've trained that I've been doing this, John. So it's good to see that and all.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, I always say it's always taken we've got one generational fighter at a time, whether it be Ken Buchanan, Jim Watt, Scott Harrison, Alex Arthur, Ricky Burns, Josh Taylor. It seems to be one generational fighter at a time, and it takes you guys to bring the big shows to Scotland. If Josh isn't in town, we don't get the big shows. It's taking you and Willie Limond to almost come out of retirement, so to speak, to bring the big shows back to Scotland and put on give the platform for these kids that you're talking about, Tyler Jolly and yourself and Charlie Doig. So you've gave a massive platform for them to showcase their skills, and it's took that. But that being said, you're going to be a coach now. You've got guys like Tyler Jolly and Charlie Doig, and Willie's got good fighters as well, and Martin Cross and his son Jake. Do you think that we'll have more than just one generational fighter in Scotland now? Because, like I say, we do need more fighters coming through, and not just one Ricky Burns or one Josh Taylor.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, like, when you're talking about generations of fighters, so I remember my first fight in here at Braehead was on the undercard to Scott Harris, and that shows you how long I've been fighting when he was defending his world titles. But you know, Scottish boxing's definitely on the up. Some great fighters coming through, and draw that when me and Ian had spoke about this, and this is like I said, this show all came about with a joke. I'm saying to Ian, when you get an arena show and to get me on it, and a few months later here we are. But it's great for all the up and coming fighters, because that was good when Scott was world champion at the time. Obviously, if you're up and coming, getting the chance to go on these big shows, letting everybody know who you are. Obviously, bigger shows, you get bigger wages, which always helps. But no, it is good.
Good. Well, that's what I mean. Do you think we'll have more like Tyler Joy and Charlie Doig doing the same thing? And because like we said, it's only been one fighter at a time. We need 3, 4 Ricky Burns or 4 Josh Taylors. We need more and more guys. And the way Scottish boxing's right now, we need the big shows up here to showcase our talent, because it seems like we don't get that opportunity from the promoters down south. So we need the fighters like yourself to put these shows on. No,
definitely. Well, obviously you've got Josh Taylor, Nathaniel Collins. He's starting to get his name up there, or not? Lee McGregor. Obviously, there's other boxers who are up and coming, who are on the verge of just getting into these big sort of title fights and stuff like that. And you get all these fighters on the win bill, and you're able to put on the big shows. Obviously able to build them up, and again, when you start going to these bigger arenas, like I said, it's more exposure for them all. And again, starting off, that's what you need.
I know John Ryder's got a Scottish accent. Has he got a Scottish grandparent or something, John? No? No? Oh well. Well, Ricky, one final one for me then before I let you go enjoy the rest of your night, and I've got a trip back down to Manchester tomorrow morning, so I was there all week. I've came up for this fight. I was at the weigh-in and I've came up for this, and I'm going back down tomorrow, so that's I love it. Well, I couldn't miss your last fight, Ricky.
Possibly.
One final one before I let you go enjoy the rest of your night. Obviously, your team's still here. They probably want to go and celebrate and get a wee night out there, and maybe a pint or two. So, just talking about the fight itself, the build-up, Willie, and the crowd out there, and the Glasgow crowd. Just talk to me about the whole experience so far.
I know, do you know, my friends went well. Obviously, all our training camp went good as well. Like the way the fans came out and showed their support. It just, again, when I first won my first world title, in fact, even when I was doing the Commonwealth as well, and I was headlining the shows up here, the support I got was always good. But you know, Scottish fans, for me over the years, they've been unbelievable. Some cracking nights, and me and my brother were talking about it coming through the night. Like the Kevin Mitchell fight, the Terence Crawford, well, don't get me wrong, Terence Crawford fight, I didn't get a decision that night. But that was one of the scariest atmospheres.
I was there.
See me walking out into the venue, like when they come into your ring walk, we're walking out, and all you can hear is noise. And then I played a good, nice wee dance tune to come in, man. They were all going after that. What a laugh, man! What a laugh.
Well, listen, you gave some Scottish boxing. You gave me some good nights, because I've been to I've been at Kevin Mitchell and the Terence Crawford one that you spoke about. I've been at the fights, and it's been an amazing nights for Scottish boxing. And you are a legend, and that word gets thrown about too much, but you are a legend. You're the freeweight world champion. You brought the big nights back to Scotland.
I'm an alright cunt.
You're a cunt. Listen, Ricky, well done tonight, big man, and listen, enjoy the rest of your time and enjoy your new gym, training your fighters, and hopefully there's a new chapter in your life and your career. So well done again, my man. Thank you. We'll see what happens. Cheers, Ricky.
Choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,